Welcome to our second episode of our standalone Questions, Coffee, and Cars video.
All right, we do Questions, Coffee, and Cars in every car review. We thought we'd do a standalone. The way this works, Andrea posts a question post on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. You put all your questions in. She doesn't reply. We just collect enough questions and then we take the post down. And here we are answering your questions. So some people last time in the first episode said, I'm not an Instagram user.
And never will be.
And so what's the answer to that?
That is totally fine. I say enjoy this video and all the questions that our other followers are contributing. And also Zack does a live show every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and feel free to ask questions there.
That's on YouTube, so there you go.
One question we're going to answer is, what do we actually drink?
Good.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Okay, we're going to do it like we usually do. Ready?
Yeah.
Your questions from Instagram.
What do you guys personally drive? Well, we are sitting in what we like to call our mobile office, and it is our Porsche Cayenne diesel, which we really enjoy.
Amazing torque, amazing fuel economy, no longer sold. They're really becoming collectible. We also have a Honda Civic. That's another family vehicle that our kids they don't get to drive this one. They get the Honda Civic.
Yeah. And they like the Honda Civic a lot. In fact, some of their friends have decided that they also want to buy a Honda Civic.
Oh, they want their parents to buy them a Honda Civic. And we also have a unique vehicle. Its nickname is Gold Member. Look at the color of this thing. It is a 2008 Porsche Cayenne GTS with a thunderous V8 under the hood and a manual transmission. Very rare.
Yeah. I'm taking a real interest in the new VW e-bus van. Are there any updates set as to when this should start arriving at dealerships? It's going to be a 2024 model, and Volkswagen says the end of 2023. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, it's going to be made in the USA, the e-Buzz. I had a chance to drive the prototype years ago. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. What is the best subcompact luxury SUV? This is an interesting one because we've got a new one hitting the market soon.
All right, so we did a video coming up about 10 months ago on our favorite top 5 subcompact luxury SUVs. So we'll leave the card here, watch it. Spoiler alert, the Audi Q3 is our top pick because the price is really quite attainable, comes with a lot of nice standard features, and it is a nice size and package.
And the one to watch out for is the new BMW X1. I've seen pictures of the exterior and the interior, and it looks good. So that could take the top pick.
It could take the top pick. It's coming here in the next couple of months.
Best SUV for a young family of 5 with 3 kids in car seats. Can I just say one quick funny thing? I was walking down the street and I saw a 4Runner. And I did a double take because there were 3 car seats in the rear seat. And I was like, what? Anyway, the person managed to make them fit. I couldn't believe it.
That would not be my choice.
No,
I think that's a little bit too narrow. I think really if you're going to go, okay, we're going to break it down and do a couple categories and then a surprise one. So 5 passenger 2-row. Yeah. I think Atlas is the way to go.
Yeah, we just have been reviewing the Atlas and the Atlas Cross Sport. Man, it's big. Second row would be perfect for 3 car seats. Another one, the Honda Passport, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, maybe even the Santa Fe.
Yeah, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And then you get into the 3-row SUVs, which I think is probably a better choice than trying to get 3 across the middle. I would say Palisade and Telluride, Hyundai and Kia. Yeah. They're massive. The Atlas, the bigger 3-row Atlas are all excellent choices.
And then, of course, Zack had mentioned one that nobody really, wants to hear. How about a minivan?
Get a minivan. If you want to move kids around, listen, and don't spend a lot on a minivan. I know it's tough right now. They're expensive. But the kids are going to wreck it. They're going to wreck it. So get one, drive it, enjoy the ease of use, and then get rid of it when they're older.
You know what? Our kids never wrecked anything. So if you want to get a top trim of that minivan, you go for it.
Get the cheapest one you can.
Do you ever think EVs will come down in price to match where gas vehicles are? Thinking around $25,000 to $30,000. I think that that's going to be a problem, although Chevy with the new Equinox is coming in at a really great price point.
I think it's going to be very interesting to watch because every other electric vehicle manufacturer keeps putting the price up.
Yep.
Because the batteries are very expensive to make. Everybody's fighting for the same minerals and resources to make those batteries. General Motors is the outlier. They've said the Chevy Equinox is going to be $30,000 in the US, $35,000 in Canada.
Yep.
And I believe the Blazer, without checking, is maybe $5,000 more for the Blazer. And then you can get a Chevy Bolt, which is super cheap right now. It's not an SUV, but they're very inexpensive.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Hyundai and Kia with their plug-in hybrids, I would say more Kia. They're trying to keep it under the $45,000 price point with the Sportage and the Sorento plug-in hybrid. But because the rebates have changed in Canada and that you don't have to stay under $45,000 for plug-in hybrids to qualify, you see the price starting to creep up. These EVs are expensive.
This is what happens when the government gets involved with the car market, which is not a good idea. Then you skew the market. So the rebate used to be under $45,000. Now the rebate for an SUV is under $60,000. Oh, everybody that sells these cars goes, we don't have to hit that $45,000 mark. The prices are going up. The outlier is General Motors.
Yes. For years, the conventional wisdom has been that buyers can get the best deals on new cars near the end of the calendar year. Do you anticipate this still to hold in 2022? Or is it better for those who can wait until 2023 to do so in the current market? You can't get anything right now. It is really a tough time. Last year, kind of in the fall to winter, Volkswagen actually had some inventory. And I was speaking with a follower who said, hey, I need a car right now. I am desperate. And the only thing that he could get was the Tiguan. All the other brands had wait times. So no, this does not hold true anymore. And the used car market is crazy.
Traditionally, when a car model year rolled over, that's when you would get deals, or when a brand new model is being introduced, the old model is discounted. There might be a few weird deals out there, but order the car you want, get the next year model so it has all the stuff in it, and then just wait.
Yeah, and a perfect example of that is the Toyota Highlander and RAV4 for 2023 with the new updates, including wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and a larger touchscreen on the RAV4. I would definitely wait for 2023. Both you and Zack mentioned a couple weeks back how Chevy products are good and how many think they make subpar vehicles. Do you believe the halo effect causes many to believe some manufacturers are more reliable than others? Same vice versa, where previous model years were not good in the reliability department, but have gotten better. Can you name some of those manufacturers to fit into this scenario? Good question.
It is very good. And it gets lumped into basically domestic versus import manufacturers. So people think it's a Japanese product, it's got to be reliable and much better than a domestic vehicle. Not the case. There are some brands that have some below average quality. Subaru has been one. There have been some years where Mazda products have been below average. And then vehicles that are domestic have above average quality are Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and then there's some Fords in there. But Buick is top 5 year after year. Chevrolet is top 10 for the last several years, and Cadillac's been doing well. So it's all a myth, really.
Yeah, and the Buick Encore gets a reliability score of 90 out of 100 from JD Power. It's quite incredible. The Dodge Durango does really well, but a lot of people will say these are all crap. I don't know what you're talking about, but the results are there. And if you speak to people, as we do, who own these types of vehicles, they're very happy. Now, Acura had some problems, especially with the RDX when they redesigned it in 2019.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah, it had
people just say, I'm getting a Honda, I'm getting an Acura, but the numbers are not good.
And they had a slew of issues. Now, every year the Acura RDX improved and Acura dealt with those issues. And actually, the 2022 Acura RDX gets a great reliability score. It's the same with Toyota and Lexus. And when we go to these launches and we sit through presentations, they really focus on quality and reliability. It's very important to them. But
you know what this? It's all this. It's all this. Every brand says quality is important to us. Every brand goes, safety is important to us.
Yeah.
All brands go, value is important to us. It's all just this. That's what it is, Andrea.
And Toyota's had some issues recently with Cablegate, with their RAV4 hybrid. And of course the BZ4X, where they said that they had a recall because there was problems with the
They didn't have a recall,
bolts.
Andrea. They bought them all back.
They bought them all back. But Toyota tells us that not one wheel fell off the BZ4X.
So one of the engineers explained it to us. He said the wheels didn't fall off. The front wheels there were a lot of torque driving through, and the hub, the front wheel hub would twist. So nothing fell off, but out of an abundance of precaution, they said, oh, we'll take those all back.
Yeah. Has the order books...
Wait, I got to get my drink. Okay, go.
It is questions, coffee, and cars, isn't it? Has the order books for 2023 Ford Maverick closed? Also, when are the 2023 Toyotas coming to Canada, the Corolla Cross Hybrid? So I haven't heard anything about the Ford Maverick, especially the hybrid, that the books have closed, but 2022 is sold out completely.
So what they're asking is, when does the model production roll from one year to the other? But typically, it's right at the end of the summer and the fall is when they roll over from one production year to the other. Sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later. But if you're ordering one, it's going to be a 2023.
And the Corolla Cross Hybrid, we got word from Toyota that there is a slight delay, so it will be coming sometime next year.
In the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in the spring.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be first part of the year for sure.
That would be good. Hey, love the videos. Now that the Canadian government has increased the rebates for most PHEVs, do you see car manufacturers shifting their production from hybrids to PHEVs as there would be increased demand? Well, they're certainly trying to do that.
Well, they're doing it already, yeah.
But it's just inventory and the demand. These plug-in hybrids have become so popular, especially them qualifying for the $5,000 rebate. Unfortunately, in the U.S. with the new rules, many of them don't qualify anymore.
You know what's ginning all of this? The price of gas. So here in Vancouver, where we live, the most expensive fuel in North America, $2.33 a liter. I think that's about $8 US a gallon.
Know.
It's incredible. So it's not rebates that are moving this. It's outrageous fuel prices. So anything with a plug or a hybrid is sold, which is why I don't think they should be giving rebates. They're going to sell them anyway. Put all that money into building more infrastructure for charging. That's where our tax dollars should be going.
And you know, in Canada, the NX plug-in hybrid never qualified because the price point was too high. But because the rules changed and the NX plug-in hybrid does qualify, now you can't get one. I'm hearing 2 years.
Let them pay for it.
I just got the Lexus NX350h. I love it. My husband thinks I should order the 450h Plus since it will take 2 years to get. What is the difference in the drive of these two vehicles? I like the light, nimble comfort of the 350h, but love the fuel economy of the 450 Plus. Any other vehicles I should be considering? I just sold my Audi Q5.
I think the ride is going to be similar. You know, you have that pure EV feeling with the hybrid. You're just going to get more of that. You know what I would do, Andrea?
What would you do?
I would order one. It's going to take 2 years. Enjoy your hybrid for 2 years and then trade it in and get the plug-in. It's the world is your oyster.
I like the plug-in the most because of the EV range, and I do short city drives, you know, and I can basically have a clean drive every day, and I would just come home, charge it up for my next adventure. So I think that the 450h Plus is a great model.
Why
Just
would
be
you want to
patient.
plug it in and wait for your next adventure when you've got a diesel Cayenne, Andrea?
Well, I do love this for sure, but I'm just talking about plug-in hybrids and having a totally clean drive, Zach.
I'll stick with Dr. Pepper.
And we'll wrap this up with a fun question. Be honest. Is that a pumpkin spice latte?
Do you want real honesty?
Yeah.
Okay, this is real honesty.
When are you not honest?
Yeah, well, that's true.
I mean, he
That's true.
just like
Okay,
goes out.
here's the real deal. Because people get their knickers in a knot because we like Starbucks, we have these. We have cup condoms.
I'm not sure we should disclose this
So
information.
I would be nowhere near a pumpkin spiced anything. I like an Americano or Americano, if you're American, with just a little non-fat milk. And then it goes in the cup condom. Look at that.
And
Now
a
it looks
cup
like we're
condom.
drinking boutique coffee.
Yes, so I get an Americano as well without milk though. And that's kind of our daily choice.
Do you
when
like the
we're on
pumpkin spice
road.
stuff?
I'm not a big fan of pumpkin spice. I find that the whole thing is a little bit too sweet for me.
Way
But
too
we
sweet.
all know that it is super popular, and people who love it, like, they are addicted and they wait for it to come out every fall. I think Starbucks brings it out in the summertime now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but what we should really have is a sponsor. Starbucks, hello, sponsor this segment.
We're ready for you.
We can change the cups. We can take it out of the condom and go, oh, that would be great. Drop us a line.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our second episode of Questions, Coffee, and Cars. We enjoyed all of your feedback. It was so positive that we've decided to keep doing it.
Of course we're going to keep doing
Yeah.
it. We do videos every week, Andrea. We do a bunch. So make sure you like and subscribe. And what else do they need to do to get a question in?
Well, you got to follow me on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. And like we said, if you don't have Instagram, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the video and watch Zach's live show every Sunday.
Okay, listen to the roar.
It's all that torque in here.
Love
I don't
that
think
torque.
we'll ever get rid of it.
No,
We
Dr.
just love
Pepper's
it
here
so
for the
much.
long haul.
Yeah.